Hey, before we get started, man, I want to shout out my daughter, man. She just turned 13, man. It's big,
Congrats.
man. I got a teenager, dog. That's crazy. Shout out Jayla Jackson. Happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Open Gym Sports and Culture Waterbreak, where we quench your thirst, between episodes of Open Gym Sports and Culture. I'm Gio. I'm here with my main man, DeeJack.
What up?
And we finna recap week 10 of the NFL. How was it for you?
Man, this week was underwhelming, bro.
All that praise you was giving them for booking these Monday and Thursday night games, they started off with a blowout and ended with a blowout.
You know what? They batting like 90%. That I give them. Tonight was trash. But it's been, you know what I'm saying, so far. They've been picking them though. This week was underwhelming though, man.
2 out of 10, that's 80%. That's a B.
That's a B.
That's a B. That's a B.
Yeah, depending on what school you go to. It's a B now, man. Back in the day, man, 80 was a C.
Oh, that was an 84, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
80 was a C when we was in school. These little kids got it easy.
DeeJack, what is your game of the week?
Like I said, it was an underwhelming week. But the one game I got a little like satisfaction and a little happiness from, the Washington football team gave Brady that L. They beat the Bucks. And Brady, sore loser ass, couldn't even stay for the interview. You see how you just cut out and press conference, the post-game press conference? He just, I'm done, guys. It's like, come on, son, don't be a sore loser. You know what I'm saying? Like sit and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like they got questions.
Chat a bit.
Yes. Answer the questions, man. But it was good seeing Washington give the Bucks that L.
My game of the week was Vikings versus Chargers. I feel like that was a game that could possibly turn Minnesota's season around. They had a bad start. I think they went 0 for 3 in the beginning of the season. They went against the Chargers, who might be having a turnaround because they came with a hot start. This is probably one of those games where they switch momentum. They switch trajectories for the season. It was a lot telling in that game. Kirk Cousins was having a Kirk Cousins game, like only Kirk Cousins can have.
Epitome of the average quarterback. Kirk Cousins.
So DeeJack, we're gonna go along to who was the player of the week.
Could have went a couple ways. Last week, when me and Tone was on, I think I told him, like, I'm waiting for Patrick Mahomes to look like Patrick Mahomes again.
Okay.
And so he threw for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Player of the week, man. Like Pat Mahomes, man. Even though the eye test wasn't 100% there, you know what I'm saying? He didn't look like Superman Patrick Mahomes, but he had a good game. And he needs to string a few good games. So they got a big game next week. So it's good to see him, like, look like a dominant quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Pat Mahomes this week. What about you? Who stood out to you?
Not a lot of people stood out to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it with the man who came back home to his Carolina roots, Cam Newton. I'm gonna give him player of the week because Robbie Anderson has been the most inconsistent wide receiver I ever had on a fantasy football team. And like he'll have 10 points this week and then 2 points next week. But the last 2 weeks, he's put up 0 points. And he's about to get cut if it wasn't for injuries and buys this week. But he got a touchdown, and he got it from who? Cameron Newton. Who's your least valuable player this week?
I gotta admit, I didn't know who Mike White was until Sunday.
You didn't know who Mike White was?
I didn't know who Mike White was, man.
I still don't know who Mike White was.
Okay. Apparently, Mike White is a quarterback for a professional football team.
You don't say.
He's the Jets quarterback.
Does that really count?
Bro, this might have been the worst QB performance I've seen like in a decade or more. I don't know what's going on with Zach Wilson. I don't know if he hurt. I don't know if they just letting him sit out to learn or whatever. This Mike White dude should not touch the turf, the grass, nothing anymore. This dude had 4 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, and even worse, he just didn't look the part, though. I don't know what they doing, man, and I ain't trying to beat up on Mike White, but you look terrible, man. I just found out who you were, and you look terrible, man. Sorry. I know you can do better than me, but that experiment got to be over with.
I know you spoke on it early in the season.
Right.
He seemed not to know how to throw the ball when he's throwing the OBJ.
Right.
Well, it started off with the LeBron tweet, free OBJ. His dad made a 10-minute video.
Shout out to Pops, yo.
Baker throwing bad passes specifically to OBJ. Some of them, I'm like, okay, that's not intentional, but a lot
He's reaching a little bit, but shout out to Pops, man.
Shout out to Pops. Your dad gotta have your back. Have your back. But all eyes is on Baker. OBJ ain't there no more. You got rid of him. They sided with you. They want to know, was it really you or was it really him? Is he not getting open even though a 10-minute video was released of him being open? 11 for 21 for 73 yards.
Dude, that's 73 yards?
73 yards.
Damn.
What was your best play of the week?
You know what, man? I gotta borrow a page from your book, man. I gotta give it to that first rushing touchdown, Cam Newton, man. It was just good to see him back, man.
The Los Angeles Rams picking up OBJ. I feel like that's another threat for their high-powered offense. They have another wide receiver, a deeper threat.
Mm-hmm.
Another option that the defense cannot slack on. They have to game plan for them, opening it more up for Matthew Stafford, and even opens it up more for the running game.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting, you know what I'm saying? Next, I know they on a bye next week, so which would be good for them to get some practice time. And then the week after that, we should be seeing some fireworks, you know what I'm saying? So
speaking of seeing fireworks, there was a game this weekend between the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And there was no fireworks. There was no cheering. There was no hurrahs. The game ended 16-16 in a scoreless overtime. Fourth quarter that only had 3 points. This had to be one of the worst games I ever watched from an enjoyment standpoint. I love defense. Definitely the worst game, but I bring them up because you could pick any play, any missed field goal, any interception, any screw up that either team made in the last fourth quarter, last 2 minutes of that game, the overtime. Pick one. You just have to watch these two incompetent teams try to out-incompetent each other.
Out-incompetent each other. Hell no. Hey, I'm using that. Nigga, don't try to out-incompetent me. Man, I hate getting on black quarterbacks, man, because we already, they got a head start on us and everything, so we already looked at a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy.
He might as well just like sat Indian style and folded his arms because he ain't do nothing to salvage that play. He didn't even fake like he was going after him. He let Buddy run right past him and just like, yep. Bro, you got to make some type of effort, man.
No,
you got to make some. I remember random dude. I remember Mike Vick threw a pick years ago. I remember him popping Troy Polamalu, like popping him. Look, he looked like a DB, yo.
Who was the best team of this week and who was the worst team of this week?
Team of the week, man. It's kind of hard not to give it to the Cowboys. Cowboys look good, man. They had a really bad loss last week, and they bounced back, man. I think they put up 43 points. Dak looked solid, you know. CeeDee Lamb looked real good. The Cowboys are for real, man. Honestly, man, they Cowboys for real. You know, when they put things together, man. So they really impressed me this week, man. Oh, man, I was really disappointed with Seattle. I know Russ Wilson. I know this is his first game back from the hand injury, but like he didn't look like he belonged out there. He looked like he came back a week or two too early.
You mentioned CeeDee Lamb, and I got to give a shout out. That was my runner-up for Player of the Week.
He put up some points.
Oh, he put up some points. He had 12 rushing yards, 94 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I have to agree with you with the Cowboys for best team of the week because your boy Dak, he stepped up. He came back.
Yeah, he came back last week.
Yeah. Last week he wasn't that hot. He bounced back, you know. My worst team, I have to circle back around to the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you tie with the Detroit Lions? How do you tie with them?
That's still an NFL team, though, man. I'm still pro players, right? Right? I guess they are.
They were going to be the first team to go 0-17. But what happened? What happened? Pittsburgh Steelers
mess it up for everybody. Mess it up for everybody.
Everybody. DeeJack, who are you looking forward to playing week 11?
Week 11 looked pretty good on paper. We should have some good games, you know. But I'm a homer. I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan too. So I think I have to pick the Bears and the Ravens. You know, we'll see. This will be Justin Fields' first time going up against Lamar, and it should be a good game. You know, I'm expecting the Bears to lose, but that's okay. That's circled on mine, man. But it's a few good games next week. You know, that I'm looking forward to. Got the Chiefs Cowboys. It's gonna be a real good one too.
Oh yeah.
What about you? What you looking forward to?
Keep it in the division. You know, you got your leader, you got the Vikings who, like I said, had a momentum changing win this week. So I want to see if they can keep the momentum going. I definitely want to see them beat the Packers, you know. Mm-hmm. But also I'm on Lions watch. They surprised me from seeing them go 0-17. Now I want to see if they can go 0-16 plus 1. So they're going against the Browns next week. And it's possible. It's very plausible, especially if Baker Mayfield playing like Baker Mayfield played. It's very plausible.
Well, then they won't go 0-16 because they mess around beat Cleveland because then they're going to be 1-15-1. They mess around. That would be more. I don't know. That might be more satisfying than give Cleveland the L. I don't know. I might be on Lions watch with you then.
DeeJack, got anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, man. Just again, happy birthday, Jayla.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Go Bulls. Bulls looking good, man. And, you know, everybody stay safe out there, man. You know, it's getting cold out here. You know, stay warm. Stay safe. You know, we We good, man. Till next time, you know what I mean? Quench your thirst. Waterbreak.
And this has been another episode of Waterbreak. I'm Gio, that's DeeJack. You can catch us on Open Gym Sports and Culture on Facebook. You can go and hear us in podcast form on BOW, Chicago Sports Network. You can go on YouTube and you can type in Narrative Control, or you can type in Open Gym Sports and Culture, or you can type in OGSC Waterbreak and see the plethora of videos we got for you to enjoy. I have nothing else to say but peace.